anything without offending. So now my mouth is in the jailhouse with cases pending. First Amendment, you replaced it, rigged it, dumbed it down. It's not an option. Some of it I understand. Took power from me.
Titled "Bundles Emerge as a Critical Weapon in the U.S. Cable Wireless War." All right, so some of the nation's biggest wireless companies are in the midst of an increasingly contentious battle with some of the nation's biggest cable companies over new broadband customers. And service bundles, discounted mixtures of mobile services, video streaming, in-home connectivity, and other goodies have emerged as a primary weapon on both sides. That's true. Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and then as well as like big cable town, Comcast and Spectrum, Xfinity Mobile and Spectrum Mobile, right? They're bundling these services and then putting in these, streaming services and all this, trying to lure customers their way. But here's what they really seem to be focusing on now is, as companies, they are trying to increase ARPU. This stands for average revenue per user. You are a user. They want you to spend more money with them. So if you are currently paying them a bill for like home internet, for example, and your bill is $60 a month, the ARPU is $60. But if you get a secondary service with them, they would like to increase the ARPU. They want you spending more money with them and not with their competitors. Surprisingly, over the last 4 or 5 years, big cable has become big wireless, which is crazy. Nuts. And here we are. All right, so this from CEO of Charter Communications, the outgoing CEO, Tom Rutledge. He said, "I remember when we launched the triple play for wireline, data, and video. The average phone bill in the New York metro area was about $78 per month. We brought that down to $30 a month and ended up having the majority of the customers." He's talking about promotions. Charter and Comcast have enjoyed significant success with their mobile strategies. The two companies enjoy a sweetheart MVNO deal with Verizon, according to the financial analysts at Cowen, giving them the ability to sell mobile services working on Verizon's network for prices far below what Verizon itself charges. Well, this is an interesting turn of events here. What's referred to as a sweetheart MVNO deal involves both Charter and Comcast losing money to sell wireless service. What the actual hell is so sweetheart about that? What is sweetheart about Charter and Comcast losing money to have wireless customers on their wireless service? That they don't really have their own wireless network, right? They have to use Verizon's. They pay Verizon for that access. But it's a sweetheart deal. Okay, good for you. Whatever you say. All right, it says here, analysts at Evercore, Comcast and Charter combined to capture 31% share of all postpaid wireless net adds in the third quarter. All right, so that means basically T-Mobile and AT&T got, 69%. The expectations are up from the 25% they collectively gobbled up during 2021. Comcast and Charter combined now command more than 10 million mobile customers. All right, so while they don't make money on those customers, they are glad to have them on the service because that means they are stuck with them on cable, coaxial, and home internet. And that's where their money is made. That's where the bread gets buttered. Charter recently sought to add fuel to the fire. They announced the Spectrum One promotion, in which they will bundle home broadband and mobile services for $50 a month for 12 months. After that 12-month period, that $50 service moves to, I think, $85. And they're just hoping you don't give a damn, which of course you do. Of course you mind. Nobody likes explosive pricing. Simultaneously, Charter has always had special promotions, and this promotion is not aimed at adding broadband subs. Instead, the company is giving away cellular for a year to hook new wireless customers who have been reluctant to trust the cable company for cell service. Sheesh. That's interesting they say that. Okay, so here's somebody who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. Let's talk about this, guys. According to this statement, people are reluctant to try cable for mobile service. Well, what the hell would you call the 10 million people who have switched in the last 3 years? What the hell are you talking about? Big cable adds 500 to 600,000 subscribers every quarter. Who is reluctant to switch to them? Everybody is willing to switch to them. Look, they went from 25% so good last year. They're now at 31% so good last quarter. They're increasing their share of gross adds. They are increasing the rate of uptake. What do you mean people are reluctant to take the service? What type of nonsense is this? Guys, I'm telling you, rich people are not necessarily smart people. They say stupid things. I mean, this is pretty dumb. Just saying. They're adding customers. What do you mean they're reluctant? Maybe he's saying that more people might go to the cable operator if the price was better. So here you go. They seem to be doing fine before. Now they're going to be giving away service. Now they're really losing money. At the same time, Charter had just raised its home internet prices by $5 per month, likely in an effort to offset its rock bottom Spectrum One pricing. I agree with that. They're probably just like, oh damn, our ARPU just went down, or I should say, our margins just went down. Let's see if we can fix that a little bit. $5 is a big deal. It's a big deal to a company that has, I don't even know how many customers that they got. 30 million or something. I forget. It's been a while. So the story, the broadband story, is subscribers versus ARPU. Verizon has ARPU. AT&T has ARPU. Big Cable, Home ISP, has ARPU. Business, Wireline Business has ARPU. Wireless, for Big Cable, does not have ARPU. Right, it's all about growth. But they'll try to get it back on the home internet side. All right, so why is Big Cable doing this? Well, if you've looked at Big Cable's numbers lately, they are pitiful. Big Cable is doing awful, like the worst. They are losing subscribers to fixed wireless access. Both Verizon and T-Mobile are leveraging their mobile networks, and they're also doing home internet. Okay, so T-Mobile is no joke. T-Mobile has added over 2 million customers to their fixed wireless access. T-Mobile home internet is a smash. It is a hit with consumers. They love it. People love the Verizon service too. Those passable homes, those numbers are going to increase as both Verizon and AT&T expand their upgrades. And, you know, Verizon builds out C-band and adds mmWave, and T-Mobile builds out more 5G UC and N41 as they increase backhaul and they pick up the pace on the upgrades. They're gonna run the service to more homes, right? They're gonna pass more addresses, and they're gonna get more share. And Big Cable saw the writing on the wall last year. I should say this year. 2022 was gonna go down as the worst year for Big Cable ever. It was the year that mobile network operators became home internet providers. And we're going to look back and say, man, Big Cable is stupid for saying that they weren't going to be impacted by fixed wireless access. You knew this was going to happen because you are my informed subscribers and viewers and supporters. Big Cable was in denial. Analysts, those that push the bull case scenario for cable, they're in denial. They pretend like they didn't see this coming. That's on them. They were in denial. We knew this was coming because people want a different option. They don't like promotional and explosive pricing. And they don't like being treated like crap. And they don't like monopolies. And that's why they were, that's why these customers were so willing to leave. From decades and years of mistreatment, overpriced, poor service. All right, so look at what T-Mobile's doing, folks, to counteract Spectrum's one bundle, right? T-Mobile is now giving people 2 months of fixed wireless service for free. On top of a $20 discount if you have their mobile services and you choose Magenta MAX. Verizon is doing the same thing. Verizon will sell you the service for like $50 or $60. They'll give you an auto pay discount. And if you have their mobile network service too, they'll give you that 50% off for the home internet. Look what they're all doing. I just want to, and I never want to forget this. Do you guys see how T-Mobile and Verizon are doing this fixed wireless access thing? T-Mobile would never have been able to do this if it wasn't for the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. You guys remember Gigi Sohn and, Letitia James, all these state attorneys general and all this that fought the merger? Well, this is what we got out of the merger. I mean, we did Americans lost jobs. That's facts. That's facts. I'm not denying that. But for the consumer, it was a win. Look, your home ISP bills are now decreasing, and you're now getting better competitive rates and better service just because T-Mobile came to disrupt. And then Verizon wants to disrupt too because T-Mobile is disrupting. They're all fighting each other. They're at each other's necks. All because the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. 4 years ago, when me and the Bearded Dragon used to discuss this on the channel, we said it then, we'll say it now. The T-Mobile and Sprint merger was going to facilitate a legitimate third big mobile network operator, and then they were going to disrupt home internet, and they absolutely did. That is fact. That is undeniable. Big Cable is shaking behind closed doors because the thing is T-Mobile's not done. T-Mobile's going to continue to take their share of the gross net adds. Verizon is going to continue to take their share of the gross net adds. Verizon's going to end up with like 5 million fixed wireless customers. T-Mobile's going to end up with like 10 million. That's 15 million customers, folks, that could have been on Spectrum and Xfinity or AT&T or whatever other regional provider. They've got to now compete with those companies. And it's no sweat off the back of Verizon or T-Mobile. They're building out capacity on their mobile network. This is just excess capacity to them. They're just monetizing. They'll take $25, $50 and they'll say, yeah, this is great. We're increasing our ARPU. We're increasing our revenue streams from these customers. They're looking at it like, hey, why not? Might as well, right? Good for them. And to hell with cable.